Okay, while I'm at it, I better do a Throwback Thursday to upload tonight. Don't want to disappoint anybody. I'm going to title this one Excessive Force versus Not Enough Force. Now, that video has been going around the internet of that 69-year-old Asian doctor getting pulled off the United Airlines to make room for some employees to fly for free. And everybody's been griping that the officers used excessive force because he ended up with a broken nose and a couple of teeth broken out and some other bruises and stuff. Now the first question is, did they have the right to remove him from the plane? Well, apparently yes, they do. If you read the fine print on your ticket, which nobody ever does, it states they can remove you from the plane for basically any reason. So yeah, they had the right to remove him from the plane, even though I don't agree with it. I mean, I think that's a bunch of BS. You pay for your ticket and you're on the plane. Just because they want to have some employees fly for free, they should have, you know, chartered them a private plane or some crap, I don't know. Now, was there excessive force used? Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know. I've watched the video several times, and to me, it looks like they didn't use enough force. So if you look at it, it looks like they just, you know, take him by the hand, they're trying to pull him out of the seat. What they should have done was used a pain compliance control, commonly referred to as a wrist twist. And that's not to be confused with a titty twister or the purple nurple. That's where you take a person's hand and you hold the hand and you take and you twist their wrist and apply pressure, and it causes pain and it makes them comply. So, a pain compliance move. They didn't do that. They just grabbed him by the hand and tried to pull him out of the seat, and as they were doing that, he pulled away from them, slipped out of their grip, and it looks to me like that's when he smashed his face on the armrest, causing the damage to himself. Okay, would that have happened if they were trying to remove him from the plane? No. So in a roundabout way, I guess they are responsible for it because they were trying to remove him from the plane. But if he would have just complied and got up and left, it'd have been no problem. Of course, he's going to sue, and he's probably going to get a bunch of money because it's cheaper just to settle out of court than it is to fight the lawsuit in court. Now, how does that relate to me and my Throwback Thursday? Well, I had a similar incident back in the day. I got called to a Denny's restaurant to remove a crazy woman who'd been sitting in there all night long. Well, I come on the morning shift, working out of Eastern Division there, B46 John, go over to the Denny's restaurant to remove this crazy broad from the boot that she's been in there since like 12 hours or some crap. Well, you know, she don't want to leave, get up and leave, and, you know, she's spouting a bunch of BS and everything. Calling me some kind of like Nazi stormtrooper and all this kind of crap. Well, I'm trying to be very nice, you know, because I got all kinds of people watching me and everything. So I ain't going to be too heavy-handed with her, but I did apply a pain compliance hold, commonly referred to as the wrist twist. Oh, little lane splitting in here. This will be included in Throwback Thursday's video. So, I applied the wrist twist, got her right up out of the booth, no problem. And then she seemed like, okay, she was going to comply. So that was good. So, me being a nice guy or being stupid, whichever you want to call it, released the pain compliance control hold on her because I thought she was going to walk out with me peacefully. Well, we get about 2 or 3 steps away from the booth and she turns and bolts to run from me, trips over her own feet, falls and hits face first right into the table, breaking her nose and busting out her teeth and falling to the floor and screaming bloody murder. Well, thankfully everybody was watching and saw that, you know, I didn't do anything to her. It was her own fault. Well, then as she's laying there on the ground, I go ahead and handcuff her, which I should have done on to begin with. And I get her up on her feet, take her out to the patrol car, set her in the patrol car, and call for an ambulance to come check her out. And then I come and get all her crap she had sitting in there on the table to bring that out to the patrol car, because she was whining about wanting her book, her manifesto. And as I'm looking through her manifesto, you know, she's going on and on about how she wants to go back to Washington, D.C. and kill the president and bomb this and bomb that and, you know, kill this guy and that guy. So the ambulance shows up, they check her out, get the bleeding stopped, and yeah, she's, you know, knocked a couple teeth loose. They're not completely out. And she's probably broken her nose. So I get a choice. I could either take her to mental health and try and get her put in there, or I could take her to jail. Well, with the way county mental health is, I know they're not going to take her, because they're a bunch of wussies. They wouldn't take anybody. So I went ahead and took her to county jail. Told them that she'd already been checked out by the ambulance and stuff like that there, but, you know, keep an eye on her, because she might be suicidal, who knows, she is crazy. And I left it at that. Well, a few days later, I get contacted by my patrol sergeant. She has filed a complaint against me for excessive force and beating her up. So I explained to the sergeant what all had happened. And he, you know, says, okay, well, they're going to turn that all over to IAB, and they're going to go over there to Denny's and talk to all the employees that were on duty and see what they got to say. Thankfully for me, the employees at the Denny's backed up my story with the IAB and told them that she was the one who caused all her injuries to herself, not me. So the complaint was squashed as being unsubstantiated, and I didn't get in any more trouble for that. So now there is a case where I used the proper amount of force to remove her from the booth, but then released that force and probably screwed up by not handcuffing her immediately, but I was trying to be a nice guy in front of all the citizens. So it was a case of not using enough force. And I got a little lecture about, well, you should have handcuffed her, but man, that's true. But they all understood, because at that time, even back then as now, even though we didn't have cell phones back then with cameras, we did have a lot of people with regular cameras always filming us and complaining. So the sergeant understood why I was trying to take it easy on her and didn't want to get any bad press. So anyways, that's my story about my case of excessive force versus not enough force. And from what I could tell from that video from United Airlines, I don't think they used enough force on the guy. I think they were trying to be too gentle with him. If they'd have just used a pain compliance hold and handcuffed him immediately, that would have been that. But you learn from your mistakes. So hit the like button if you like my story, make a comment, subscribe and come back for some more. And I will see y'all again next week. Bye-bye. Oh man, that hurts. Well, as you can see, I put my little, whatchamacallit thingy on there for making it easier to ride. Cramp buster? Yeah, cramp buster, that's what it's called. I have problems pulling in the front brake, but what the hell? We don't even use the front brake anyways, right? We don't use any brakes if we can. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, don't the new pipes sound good? They're louder than the Screaming Eagles were with the baffles removed and the Thunder Torque inserts put in there. these have their stock baffles in them still. And no, I'm not going to remove them. It's loud enough.